Have you ever said something that you knew, deep down, was a little unkind? Maybe you brushed it off, thinking they were being too sensitive, or I was just being honest. Or perhaps you've ghosted someone and told yourself, it's better this way, I'm saving them from a more awkward conversation. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. We all have a secret courtroom in our minds, and today, we're putting its Chief Justice on trial, rationalization. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the psychological gymnastics our brains perform to justify actions that might hurt others. It's a fascinating, and sometimes uncomfortable, look at how we protect our self-image, even when our behavior isn't exactly stellar. So, what exactly is rationalization? In psychology, it's a defense mechanism. Think of it as your brain's PR team, spinning a story to make you look like the good guy, or at least, not the bad guy. When we do something that conflicts with our own moral code, like being snappy with a friend, or telling a white lie, it creates a sense of discomfort, called cognitive dissonance. Our brains hate this feeling. To get rid of it, we either have to change our behavior, or change our beliefs about the behavior. And guess which one is usually easier? That's right, we spin the story. Let's break down some of the most common ways this secret court delivers its verdicts. First up, we have minimization. This is when you downplay the impact of your actions. You might say, it wasn't a big deal, or I was just joking. By shrinking the perceived harm, you reduce your own sense of guilt. For example, you gossip about a coworker, and when you feel a pang of remorse, your brain quickly argues, everyone talks about everyone. It's just office culture. It's not like I ruined their career. Suddenly, your action feels smaller, more manageable, and less wrong. Next, there's blaming the victim. This is a classic. Instead of taking responsibility, you shift the fault onto the person you hurt. They shouldn't have been so emotional, or if they hadn't pushed my buttons, I wouldn't have snapped. This tactic is incredibly effective because it reframes you as the one who was provoked, turning your negative action into a justified reaction. It's the "they started it" defense we learned on the playground. But for grown-up situations, if you cut someone off in traffic, your brain might scream, well, they were driving too slowly in the fast lane. See, suddenly, you're not a reckless driver, you're just reacting to their poor driving. Another powerful tool in the rationalization toolbox is moral licensing. This one is sneaky. It happens when we feel we've accumulated goodness points for past positive actions, which then gives us a subconscious pass to behave less admirably. Have you ever gone to the gym and then rewarded yourself with a huge, greasy burger, thinking I earned this? That's a form of moral licensing. The same thing happens in our social interactions. You might think, I'm always there for my friends, so it's okay if I flake on this one party. You're using your history as a good friend to excuse a not-so-great action in the present. It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card that you issue to yourself. Then there's the appeal to a higher purpose. This is when we justify a hurtful action by claiming it serves a greater good. The classic example is saying, I'm telling you this for your own good, right before delivering some harsh, unsolicited criticism. The logic is that the short-term pain you re-causing is outweighed by the long-term benefit you believe you re-providing. A parent might tell their child, this hurts me more than it hurts you, while enforcing a punishment. By framing the action as a necessary evil for a noble cause, like building character or teaching a lesson, the guilt is neutralized. The court in your mind rules that the action was not only acceptable, but necessary. So, why do our brains work so hard to do this? It's all about self-preservation. Not physical, but psychological. Our sense of self, our ego, is built on the belief that we are fundamentally good, competent, and moral people. When our actions contradict this belief, it threatens our very identity. Rationalization is the psychological glue that holds our self-concept together in the face of our own imperfections. It protects us from the crushing weight of self-criticism and shame. It allows us to get up in the morning and still like the person we see in the mirror. The problem is, while rationalization protects us, it can damage our relationships and prevent personal growth. If you're constantly justifying your mistakes, you never learn from them. If you always blame others, you'll struggle to maintain healthy, balanced connections. You become trapped in a cycle where you repeat the same hurtful behaviors because your brain has become an expert at telling you you've done nothing wrong. It stunts your emotional intelligence and your capacity for empathy. True empathy requires you to understand how your actions feel from the other person's perspective, not just your own justified one. So, how do we adjourn this secret court and start taking real responsibility? The first step is awareness. It's about catching yourself in the act. The next time you find yourself making excuses for your behavior, just pause. Ask yourself, am I trying to make myself feel better right now? Is there another way to look at this? A powerful technique is to practice perspective taking. Try to genuinely imagine the situation from the other person's point of view, without judgment. If you were on the receiving end of your own words or actions, how would you feel? Don't just answer quickly. Sit with that feeling. This builds empathy and can short-circuit the rationalization process before it even begins. Another key is to embrace imperfection. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to hurt people, sometimes unintentionally. That doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a human being. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be accountable. When you mess up, try replacing the excuse with a genuine apology. Swapping "I'm sorry, but you were," double quotes with "I'm sorry that what I did hurt you" is a game changer. It validates the other person's feelings and shows that you're taking ownership, which is the foundation of trust and respect. This isn't easy. Challenging your brain's built-in defense attorney is hard work. It requires humility, courage, and a real desire to grow. But the reward is immense. You'll build stronger, more authentic relationships. You'll develop a deeper understanding of yourself, and you'll trade the flimsy comfort of a self-serving lie for the solid strength of self-awareness and integrity. You'll learn to live with your actions, not just explain them away. The next time that gavel is about to fall in the secret court of your mind, be the one who objects. Be the one who asks for the whole truth. It's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself and for the people you care about. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive today. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are some rationalizations you've noticed in yourself or others? Let's talk about it. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content about psychology and self-growth. Until next time, take care and be kind, especially to yourself.